Okay, so it's another brew day. A brew that I've made before that I liked. It was on sale, so I picked it up to do it again. Called Kama Citra. It's a Sessions IPA. It's only 10 pounds of grains to it, 9 of which are the Rahr second row. Then there's a pound of caramel 40. Have 7 ounces of hops, 2 of which are going to be for dry hopping. So it's getting 5 ounces today. So I got my water heated up and it's about that mash time. Alrighty, let's get it started. Get this thing going, get my day going. I started with a little bit extra water than initially called for. I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make. It's only a half gallon more, right? Does it make a big deal? I'm hoping for my next brew that I'm working on a recipe right now, West Coast. I like West Coast IPAs. So I'm building one now, and I'm hoping to learn a little bit about water chemistry and actually do a profile, give it a go. Finally give it water chemistry or water profile, however you want to say it, I guess. A go. Keep being told it'll elevate, my beer. I don't know. I've done good. I've done well just using Deer Park spring water. It's all I use. I don't use my city tap. I've never tried to use that. And I think if I did, I'd have to go and get a report, right? Isn't that what people do? They get the reports on the water, and or their city water, if that's what they're using, tap water, they really set up their water profile. But I'm not going to do it that way. I'm still just going to do it with the Deer Park. So it's looking good. No clumpies, no dough balls, which I've never seen or had. But maybe I've just never done a grain build that big before. So get this all together, get my pump turned on. And get this hour-long mash going, and we'll come back to in an hour, start with the boil. So my hour mash is done. I also do a 10-minute mash out at 170. I pull this basket, start draining this, and increase my temperature so I get a boil going. But I'm a little concerned because my pump motor did not come on at first at the beginning of the mash. I got it to come on, but it seems like it's running at half speed. So I don't know how this is going to work when I go to cool this down using my counterflow chiller. It's the only thing I have on me. I don't have an immersible one. And it definitely a plate chiller, which I don't have anymore. I don't think the plate chiller would help at all. So raising this temperature up, try to get a boil going, start my hop additions, and that's what's coming next. I got to see how much water I have right now to see how much water I'll be sparging on this right now too, once it drains here a little bit. So the boil is coming up. All right, got a boil. My first addition was only supposed to be a half ounce of the Centennial, but since I don't have any use for the other half ounce, what the hell? Why not just add it all now, right? I don't know when I'll use it again. I don't want to waste it, but just I don't know how long it'll stay in the fridge. Doesn't matter. I'm going to use it all now. So 1 ounce of Centennial at my 60-minute. I don't have to make another addition. Oh boy, for another 40 minutes. So it's going to be a little while sitting there. And carry on, I guess. So here we go at the 20-minute edition. Ounce of Cascade. In the hopper she goes. The spider. Something else I'm doing too. I'm just going to, in a few minutes, I have a half pound of light dry malt extract I'm going to add to this just to get rid of it. I hate stuff just sitting around like that. So I'm going to be doing that in a few minutes before the next big hop edition, which is in 10 minutes. So 10 minutes I'll be adding another hop. So I'm going to add in some yeast nutrient there too and the dry malt extract. Okay, 10-minute hop additions, another ounce of Cascade. I already put in some nutrient. And I put in my, that DME, that dry malt, just to use it up. So let me get my ounce Cascade. We're good for 10 minutes. Flame out, we're going to be adding 2 ounces of Citra hops and let it stand for 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm at the end of the brew, adding 2 ounces of Citra hops. Let's see, for flame out, then do a little 10-minute hop stand. Then I'm gonna do this whirlpool. I'm gonna do a whirlpool on this thing, try to clean those hops up a little bit, but be interesting to see what my pump decides it wants to do, how that's gonna go. So I shall see, but here we go, 10-minute hop stand on the 2 ounces of Citra flame out. So I do love that counterflow chiller. It does it, to me, it cools it off the quickest. That matters really. Cools it off quicker than the other ones do. So I'm now ready to transfer over to my fermenter. And the pump now seems to be working just fine. So I don't know. I have to worry about that another time, I guess. So I'm going to transfer this over. It's down to 69. Transfer it over. Take it inside. And we'll be pitching yeast here in a few minutes. Time to pitch the yeast. But before I do, I'm going to give it a little aeration. Also took a gravity reading, and I'm happy with what I got. 1.054, which is a little higher than what it called for. So that dry malt extract added a little bit to it. I did not do a yeast starter this time around, but I'm dumping in the West Coast Ale. I'm doing 2 packs. I just want to see what happens. I've recently had a lot of my yeast, my fermentation kind of stall without getting down as low as I think it should. And it's, the beers have been fine. It's just the alcohol percentage isn't quite what it should be. So, I don't know. I guess that only matters for drunks, right? Or alcoholics maybe. But still, I want to see if this improves my fermentation. Having the beer ferment out. So, there goes one. Here goes the second. And then, as I've talked about before, I like the little tilt hydrometer sitting in there. So I'll go ahead and set that in. Get my lid back on. And another brew day done. Despite the concern about my pump to start the day with, it ended up being fine. Easy going brew day. So we'll be posting the follow-ups as usual. And that's it for the Kama Citra brew. Until the follow-ups. Cheers.